Next topic is magnetic properties of transition metal complexes from crystal field theory. In this section we can read about the magnetic properties of the complexes and how does crystal field help to explain their magnetic behavior. So first of all we can simply introduce about the paramagnetic and diamagnetic substances. The magnetic properties of a compound is measured in terms of the number of the free electron in their complexes. If a complex is having free unpaired electron in their atomic orbitals and these substances are attracted by the magnetic field, then they are called paramagnetic substances. And if in that complexes there is no free unpaired electron in their atomic orbitals and these substances are repelled by magnetic field, then they are called diamagnetic substances. The most of the compound of transition elements are paramagnetic in nature and they are attracted by the magnetic field. So if there is no any unpaired electron, then magnetic moment, which is measured in terms of Bohr magneton, that is 0, and substance is diamagnetic in nature. And if there is a one electron, unpaired one electron in this substance, then it will having near about 1.73 magnetic moment. Then similarly, if there are two unpaired electrons, then it is near about 2.83. For 3 electron it is 3.87. For 4 electron it is 4.90, and for 5 unpaired electron it is near about 5.92. One of the most important application of crystal field theory is that it can help us to understand the magnetic behavior of metal complex from the crystal field splitting of d orbitals. The magnetic properties of any complex that is determined by the number of unpaired electron in case of d orbital of the metal ions. The object of studying magnetism is to know whether a specific complex is diamagnetic or paramagnetic. The substance which have all the paired electron are called diamagnetic and the substance which have unpaired electron are called paramagnetic substances, as we already discussed in the previous slide. If the substance is paramagnetic, then next step is to find out the number of the unpaired electron which contribute to it. The number of the unpaired electron in a complex of known geometry can be easily predicted if we know whether it is low spin or high spin complex. The relative magnitude of crystal field splitting, that is delta, and pair energy will help us to find whether the complex is low spin or high spin. In this case, Hund's rule states that electrons occupy orbitals of equal energy one at a time. When all the low energy orbitals are filled, then next electron can enter a half filled orbital and pair up by overcoming a repulsive pairing energy. And second probability is that the next electron can enter an empty high energy orbital by overcoming crystal field splitting. The number of the unpaired electron will depend on the relative size of the pairing energy and crystal field splitting. If pairing energy that is greater than crystal field separating, then the electron will not paired up and the complex will be high spin. And if pairing energy that is less than crystal field separating, then electron will paired up and the complex will be low spin. So these are the two situations which will depend upon the relative magnitude of the crystal field separating energy and pairing energies. The complexes with weak ligand field are therefore high spin complexes and they are paramagnetic, and those with strong field ligand are low spin complexes and mostly they are diamagnetic or having low magnetic characters. So in this we can first consider the cobalt 3 complexes. From the experiment, it has been observed that the complex of cobalt with 6 ammonia ligand is diamagnetic, while complex of cobalt with 6 fluoride ligand that is paramagnetic in nature. So in both the cases, the cobalt are in +3 oxidation state and they have 6d electron in both the cases. It has been observed that in first case, the fluoride ion, which is a weak field ligand, and therefore in this case delta O is small, and therefore the value of delta O will be less than pairing energy and the electron will remain unpaired in this case, and due to this the 2 electron that will occupy upper Eg orbitals, and this complex is high spin. So due to the presence of 4 unpaired electrons, this complex is paramagnetic in nature, and on the other hand, in case of cobalt with 6 ammonia ligand, in this case ammonia is a strong field ligand and therefore value of delta O that is greater than pairing energy. As a result, all the electrons in this case are paired up and this complex is low spin and having no unpaired electron, so it is diamagnetic in nature. Similarly, the case of the manganese 2+, here manganese that is bonded with 6 water ligand, and in this case manganese that is bonded with 6 cyanide ligand. Again, both the complex that will having total 5 electron in their d orbital. This complex with 6 water ligand, it is paramagnetic in nature, and it is due to the fact that in this case the value of delta O that is less than pairing energy, and this complex is high spin complexes, and in this case the 2 electron that will occupy higher Eg orbitals, and due to presence of 5 electron unpaired electron, it is paramagnetic in nature. Similarly, in second case, manganese with 6 cyanide ligand. cyanide, that is a strong field ligand, and it will having higher value for delta O as comparison to the pairing energy. Due to this, all the electron that will occupy lower T2G orbitals, and in this case only one unpaired electron is there. The complex is again paramagnetic. What paramagnetic character in second complex, that is less than as comparison to the first complex in which there are 6 ligands. So it is an example of crystal field splitting for manganese 2+. Both the complexes are still paramagnetic. What in first case? The paramagnetism that is higher due to the presence of 5 electrons, and in second case the paramagnetism that is less due to the presence of only one single electron. So the number of unpaired electrons in a given complex can be easily determined if we know whether the complex is high spin or a low spin complex. The number of unpaired electrons for metal ion with configuration from D1 to D10 in both the cases, that is octahedral and tetrahedral complexes, is given in this table. So let us consider it. So this one is the D1 system having only one electron in d orbital, and these values are for unpaired electron in case of octahedral complexes, and these are values for tetrahedral complexes. As we know that in case of tetrahedral complexes there are only possibilities of high spin configuration, while in case of octahedral complexes both high spin and low spin configuration has been taken into account. So in case of D1 system, in case of octahedral complexes and tetrahedral complexes, both will having one electron, one unpaired electron, and their magnetic properties that is corresponding to this one electrons. Similarly, in case of D2 system, both octahedral and tetrahedral complexes will having 2 electrons. Similarly, in D3 system, both will having 3 unpaired electrons. Now in case of D4 system, in case of high spin complexes, in case of octahedral there are 4 unpaired electrons, while in case of low spin complexes there are only 2 unpaired electrons. So magnetic property in case of D4 system, that is different in both the cases. It will having high value for high spin complexes and low value for low spin complexes, while in case of tetrahedral it will having 4 unpaired electron. Similarly, in D5 system, the high spin octahedral complexes will having 5 electron, while the low spin complexes will having only 1 unpaired electron. So high spin complex having higher paramagnetic character and low spin will having low paramagnetic character. In case of tetrahedral complexes, it is 5 unpaired electron. In case of D6 system, high spin, there are 4 unpaired electrons, while in low spin there is 0 value for unpaired electron. So high spin complex with D6 system is paramagnetic, while low spin is diamagnetic in nature. Tetrahedral complexes having 4 unpaired electrons. In case of D7 high spin complexes, there are 3 unpaired electrons. In case of low spin, it is only 1 unpaired electron. So the high spin complexes will having higher paramagnetic character, and low spin complexes will having low paramagnetic characters. While in case of tetrahedral complexes, there are 3 unpaired electrons in their orbitals. Now the case of the D8 system, in both the cases there are 2 unpaired electrons. In case of D9 system, again both will having 1 electron, and in case of D10 system there is no any unpaired electron, so both the complexes are diamagnetic in nature. So it is all about the magnetic properties of transition metal complexes from crystal field theory.